Like a challenge. Do you like a challenge? Today we're going to make our own marshmallows, and I was shocked that even white marshmallows contain blue food dye. What? So today we're going to try and make our own marshmallows. Warning, not for the faint of heart. You'll need icing sugar, cornstarch, corn syrup, water, salt, gelatin, and regular sugar, and then some things that are helpful: a digital scale, a candy thermometer, but more on that later. And right now I'm making a combination of cornstarch and icing sugar so that I can line the bottom of my baking dish when I eventually pour the marshmallow mixture into it. Bloom the gelatin, I think that's what you call it, and mix it together. Let that sit while we do some life-threatening stuff like boiling sugar on the stove. So you add your sugar, your water, a little bit of salt, and corn syrup, I forgot to mention, and you bring that to a boil slowly using a candy thermometer to have an idea of how hot things are getting. Then I also used a pastry brush dipped in water to brush down the sides of the pot so that none of the sugar crystals will get into the mixture. And that's also why you use corn syrup when you make candy, because it stops the sugar from crystallizing. And then you realize that you've been putting the candy thermometer in with its lid on, with the cover on. So you nearly boiled plastic into your marshmallows that are already a painstaking process. I thought it would be fun to drop the candy thermometer into the blazing boiling sugar. I can't remember why I set a timer for 5 minutes, but I'm sure it's something important. But now we are putting in that sugary mixture blazing hot into the mixer with the gelatin. And I know for a fact that this we are beating for 10 minutes to get that marshmallow fluffy texture you can see there. And I added a bit of vanilla extract as well to make it vanilla marshmallows. Then satisfactorily, I'm pouring all of this into my prepared baking dish, and we're going to let this sit overnight to set. So the next day, after this has been setting for 6 to 24 hours, if I remember correctly, I am going to attempt to remove it from the Pyrex dish. And I actually cannot believe this came out so clean, but that's what the instructions said. And boy, did they deliver. I am shocked. Can you tell? So now we're going to take that remaining cornstarch and powdered sugar, icing sugar. We pour it over the top because the problem with marshmallows, man, they are tricky. They are tricky and sticky. So we're cutting them up, and you can use some hot water with the knife that you're using and wash the knife in between. I didn't really have to do that, but you can do that if it's helpful. And then we're going to store these in a jar, and I think they last for about 3 weeks. Very soft, pillowy. If you're going to eat a marshmallow, let it be this. I'll say, while they are all those things I just said, they are even better covered in chocolate. Just be careful, they will melt. Are these not the most high maintenance things ever?